Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I hope up till this you have complete your notes, you have learned up till here. So we will see the further gametogenesis. We are talking about the gametogenesis. Now the last session of the gametogenesis, that is a formation of a gametes from the male and the female reproductive organ. Here there are the few examples of haploid body and the diploid body. Last session what we have learned, the last part of a last session what we have learned, gametogenesis are formed with the help of what? A meiotic division. So in a haploid body there will be the no meiosis for the formation of a gamete. So meiotic division will be take place in the diploid. So haploid plant body, for example, monofera, fungi, algae, bryophytes. Along with this you can add the protozoans, right? So I have not written here and it is not given in the textbook, so you just write protozoans. Protozone, for example, like paramecium, right? So this paramecium, again it have a self-fertilization type. So again there are the few animals, few plants which have a n number of what body, that is known as what? Haploid. Number next, diploid body. Examples of diploid body are pteridophytes, gymnosperms, angiosperms, and almost all the animals, right? So including the human beings having a diploid part of a body. Diploid, that means the body cell consists of 2n number, and haploid that consists of n number. Now in a diploid body, the formation of gametes will undergo the meiosis. So the cell which involved in the meiotic division is known as meiocyte, that is known as gamete, mother cell which undergo the meiosis. So that cells are known as what? A meiocyte. So you can just see on the board meiocytes. Meiocytes are nothing but the cell which undergo the reduction phase for the formation of n number of chromosome and number of a cell containing gametes. So here there are the list given in the textbook. Textbook में जहाँ पर blank है वहाँ पर मैंने red color का mark किया हुआ है. So you just note on in the textbook also, right? So I will tell you. So in the that table it is given as a name of organism, meiocyte, that is 2n, and the chromosome number in gametes, chromosome number, that is a n number. Gamete is always of what? Haploid. So we are talking about the diploid body. So whatever the examples are given, it is given as a 13 examples. All the examples are of what? A diploid body. So here in the filling the blanks as a MCQ part of you, as a MCQ they can ask what is a meiocyte of this? Meiocyte, that means 2n numbers of what? A housefly, butterfly, onion, right, potato, human beings, and or vice versa. They can ask what are the chromosome present in the gametes of this all examples. So we will see this all examples one by one. So जो रेड कलर का जो मैंने मार्कर से लिखा हुआ है, that is not given in the textbook, you just note down it. So number 1, for example, human beings. Human beings का तो आपको सबको मालूम ही है. Lower standard में you have studied the sex determination in the human beings. We have learned in that, right? So human being consists of 46 chromosome, right? Meiocytes में कितने रहते हैं? 46. So meiocyte means the cell which undergo the reduction phase for the formation of gamete. तो gametes में कितना रहता है? 23. Similar हाउसफ्लाई में मियोसाइट कितने हैं? 12. सो गैमेट में कितना रहेगा? हाफ द नंबर. सो यू लर्न ओनली आइदर मियोसाइट सेल्स और द गैमेट सेल. द बेस्ट वे इज टू लर्न द मियोसाइट्स. अगर आपको मियोसाइट्स के सारे एग्जाम्पल्स के मियोसाइट्स नंबर्स अगर याद आ जाते हैं तो इट इज़ वेरी इजी टू फाइंड आउट द गैमेट्स. क्या करना है? हाफ द नंबर करना है. रेड, नाउ इन द टेक्स्ट बुक इट इज गिवन एज अ गैमेट. 21 गैमेट होता है. तो रेड का क्रोमोसोम मियोसाइट नंबर्स कितना हो जाएगा? 42. Dog 78, meiocyte will be of what? Meiocyte will be of 78 and the gamete will be 39, half the numbers. Cat 19 is given in the textbook as a chromosome present in the gamete. Meiocyte उसका क्या रहेगा? Double, that will be 38. फ्रूट फ्लाई कितने होते हैं? मियोसाइट इज कंसिस्ट ऑफ 8 और गैमेट में कौन सा रहेगा? 4. Ophiglossum, that is a fern. You can see the highest, right? So chromosomes present in the gamete is given in the textbook 630. तो उसका myocyte का क्या रहेगा? That will be double. So 1260, because myocyte it will be undergo the reduction. It become what and number of what chromosome present in the gametes. So next apple 34 is given. Gamete में कितना रहेगा? 17. राइज में गैमेट में दिया हुआ है 12, उसका मियोसाइट विल बी ऑफ व्हाट 24, दैट विल बी ऑफ व्हाट डबल. देन मेज में कितना है? मियोसाइट इज 20, गैमेट्स में कितना रहेगा? 10. पोटैटो में द गैमेट्स नंबर इज गिवन, गैमेट नंबर इज गिवन एज अ 24. So the potato here, the gametes number is given as a 24 and the mother cell will be of what? Double, 48. Butterfly, here the myocyte number is 380 is given, gamete will be of what? 190. In onion, the myocyte will be of what? 32, because the gamete number is given, so myocyte will be 32 and the gamete numbers will be 16. And the figure shows that figure may be labeling, sometime may ask and sometimes may ask as a diversity in some organism which is given in the textbook, NCERT textbook में जो दिए हुए figures that consist of bisexual animal में कौन सा है? अर्थवर्म है. अर्थवर्म का clitellum you can see the dorsal view and the internal structure is given, right? So which consist of what? और bisexual अर्थवर्म में देख सकते हो कि bisexual दोनों reproductive organ उसमें lies है फिगर में. internal structure में you can see the testes, you can see the ovary, all the male reproductive tract, female reproductive tract is given in the that figure. यूनिसेक्सुअल एनिमल में कौन सा दिया हुआ है? कॉकरोच का दिया हुआ है, बिकॉज अगेन मेल एंड फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन्स आर डिफर इन आर प्रेजेंट सेपरेटली इन बोथ द ऑर्गेनिजम्स. मोनोशियस प्लांट में कौन सा है? चरा, राइट. दिस चरे के बाद चरा प्लांट आई विल टेल यू लिटिल बिट मोर अबाउट द चरा बिकॉज इट्स वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. ग्रीन अलगा है, राइट. सो चरा ये नेक्स्ट सेशन में आई विल टेल यू व्हाट इज द लाइफ साइकिल ऑफ द चरा. इट कंसिस्ट ऑफ व्हाट? मेल एंड द फीमेल इज अबव and the male is below. So what are the main parts of that? I will tell you in the next session. Dioecious, which consist of differ in both the plant, which consist of male and the female on both the differ part of the body. Example is of what? A Marchantia. Bisexual flower, a flower consists of bisexual. Sweet potato, yesterday I told you, right, last session में अपन ने देखा था bisexual flower का जो examples होते हैं वो कौन से थे? Tomato, hibiscus. So again bisexual flower consists of both the reproductive organ, right, male and female is present in the same flower. So you just go through the all the figures with labeling. Don't forget, they may ask as MCQ, right? So this all table which is given in the book, right, red color का जो भी है वो आप mark कर देना, which is not given in the textbook, right? So these are the examples of what the gametogenesis. So up till here what we have finished the gametogenesis, how the gamete is formed. In next session what we will learn, I will tell you the detailed structure of what a chara, which is a green algae, important life cycle of the chara we will see, and the next session that is of what a gamete transfer. Please note from the board. Next part of the chapter, fertilization event. After learning the pre-fertilization event, gametogenesis and the gamete transfer, now here we'll see the main vital phase of a sexual reproduction, that is fertilization. Now without fertilization there will be the no formation of what? Zygote. zygote ही नहीं होगा, fertilize नहीं होगा तो new organism भी developed होगा नहीं. So this is very important phase of sexual reproduction, that is fertilization. Fertilization is a meaning, it's also known as what? A syngamy. So fertilization and syngamy can be used interchangeably, it's okay. So fertilization or syngamy is nothing but a fusion of male gamete and female gametes. According to the characteristic of the male gamete, right, the fertilization syngamy is of what? Two types. In some organism, fertilization does not occur and the female gamete produce a new organism. What we have seen in the asexual reproduction, if you remember, that in that we have seen the detail number 3, if you remember, parthenogenesis. So parthenogenesis, a new organism occur without the fertilization, is known as what? Parthenogenesis. So here we'll see some few examples where the fertilization or syngamy is not required. So we'll start with the introduction definition of fertilization. It is a most vital event of the sexual reproduction, which is nothing but a fusion of gametes, right? It is also known as what? Syngamy. After the fusion, after the syngamy, after the fertilization, there is a formation of what? A diploid cell, because haploid from the two different living organism, two gamete fuse to form a diploid, which is known as zygote. So whether it is of what? A haploid parent or diploid parent, gamete कौन सा रहेगा? haploid number का. fertilization का जो product रहेगा, that will be always and always diploid. So zygote formation after the fertilization is of what? A diploid. So zygote formation रहेगा, मतलब वो कौन सा हो गया? post fertilization event. So during the fertilization fusion, there is a fusion of n number of a male and n number of female. If there is no syngamy, for example, there is no fusion, organism like, right? So in the plant we have seen parthenogenesis. There are the few examples which I have tell you in the last session in the asexual reproduction, where without the fertilization the new organism is developed. So in organism it is given as an animal, rotifers, some of our rotifers, honeybee के बारे में again we will see in the genetic chapter number 5 in detail. So female will converted, will be formation, there will be the formation of a new organism from the female itself. So honeybee, in some lizard, right? So it is very interesting. In some birds like the turkey, where the male gamete is not required, the female is converted into what? A fertilized egg without fertilization. So that is known as what? A parthenogenesis. So without formation, new organism will be produced. Now if syngamy occur, that means if a fusion occur, what is going to be happen? There are the two process of fertilization. Number 1, external fertilization, and number 2, internal fertilization, according to the habitat, according to their body structure, body development. The fertilization occur in a 2 way. So here we'll see the characteristics syngamy, how the classification it will be occur according to their habitat, where they are living, and number 2, structure of an organism, right? So it is of what? A 2 type, external and internal. If there is an external fertilization, for example, we'll see the for example aquatic animal like algae, fish, amphibians, and the large number where the algae, fish, amphibians, which are the aquatic animal, they will release their gametes outside their body, right? They will release their body, they will release the gamete outside the body. Where they are going to be released? The word aquatic, that means in the water. So the fusion of the male and the female gamete, which release simultaneously from both the organism externally, right? There will be no process, rather there will be the no process further, right? एक बार गैमेट बन गया, रिलीज हो गया, फिर उसमें से न्यू ऑर्गेनिज्म that will be produced externally, completely processed, is known as what? External fertilization. अब जैसे एक्सटर्नल फर्टिलाइजेशन होगा, राइट, अगेन मैंने जैसे बोला डिपेंड ऑन द स्ट्रक्चर एंड द हैबिटेट. इफ वाटर इज रिक्वायर्ड इन दैट, तो वाटर में क्या रहेगा, क्योंकि दिस ऑल आर द सेल्स, गैमेट सेल्स, छोटे छोटे से यूनिसेल्युलर सेल्स होते हैं, तो दे रिक्वायर वाटर हाइड्रेशन, दे रिक्वायर वाटर कंटिन्यूस न्यूट्रिशन, सो दे रिक्वायर वाटर एज अ मीडियम. सो जैसे गैमेट रिलीज हो जाएगा द फ्यूजन विल बी स्टार्ट. नाउ इसका डिसएडवांटेजेस क्या हो सकता है, ज़रूरी नहीं है कि मेल गैमेट, अगर सपोज कुछ वेरी फ्यू नंबर्स ऑफ मेल गैमेट इज रिलीज्ड, सो वो पूरे के पूरे फीमेल गैमेट को वो फ्यूज़ नहीं कर सकता एक्सटर्नली. इन so many external factors also again affecting this fusion. So इसके लिए to compensate with the loss, again the large number of male gamete is produced. Along with that, in the same cases, female gamete, also the female gametes, a large number of female gametes will be produced simultaneously. So a large number of gametes will be released from both the body. So the large number of living organism, एक साथ अपन को बहुत सारे living organisms भी मिल सकते हैं, बहुत सारे fertilizer egg भी मिल सकते हैं. That is we can see in the cases of what bony fish and the frogs, right? Frog में बहुत सारे एक साथ gametes अपन को मिलेंगे release, that is released from the male and the female. That is a seasonal breeder, right? Rainy season, it's a breeding season of a frog. Why? Because they required water as a medium. So that fusion, that particular type of fusion we can say as a external. Disadvantage क्या रहेगा? Number 1, to compensate with the loss, they have to release a large number of gametes, जिसकी वजह से large number of new organism can be produced at a time. Number 2, बाहर फर्टिलाइजेशन है. वंस द फर्टिलाइजेशन, राइट, फिर वो फर्टिलाइज्ड एग फिर से फीमेल के बॉडी के अंदर नहीं जा सकता फॉर द डेवलपमेंट. इट मीन्स उनका पूरा का पूरा डेवलपमेंट क्या रहेगा, एक्सटर्नल. सो उनको किसका डर रहेगा, यस, प्रीडेटर का डर रह सकता है, एनिमी का डर रख सकता है. अगर जैसे बार फ्यूज हो गए, जाइगोट बन गया, तो उनका कोई अंडरगो लार्वा जाएगा, डेवलपमेंट में भी डायरेक्ट एंड इनडायरेक्ट वी हैव सीन इन द एनिमल किंगडम, राइट. सो अगर सपोज लार्वा स्टेज होता है तो दे बिकम वाटर फूड फॉर द प्रीडेटर. तो बहुत सारे ऐसे फर्टिलाइज्ड एग मर भी सकते हैं. सो फॉर देयर सर्वाइवल challenging, right, for their survival challenging from the childhood to the adult, that means from the larva state to the adult animal, right. So it is danger in their life. So external fertilization के disadvantages है, कौन कौन से हैं. एक तो large number of gametes release करने पड़ते हैं. नंबर 2, रिलीज भी हो गया तो पॉपुलेशन इतनी तुरंत ही बढ़ती जाएगी, राइट. पॉपुलेशन भी बढ़ गया, फ्यूजन भी सक्सेसफुल है, फर्टिलाइज एग भी सक्सेसफुल है, लेकिन जब तक वो लार्वा से एडल्ट नहीं बनेगा उनको खुद का सर्वाइवल के लिए डर रहेगा. दे विल बी थ्रेटन फ्रॉम दिस वेनरेबल प्रीडेटर्स. सो दैट इज अ डिसएडवांटेज ऑफ एक्सटर्नल फर्टिलाइजेशन. सो वी विल सी aquatic animal, algae, fish, amphibian, outside large number of male gametes are released, due to which in bony fish and frog large number of offspring will be produced. Not only the large number of here the male, female also, right, they will release a gametes in the large numbers, right. So to compensate with that of loss, so एक साथ large number of organism will be also produced. Disadvantage, it's a vulnerable to their प्रीडेटर एनिमी का हमेशा डर रहेगा, थ्रेटनिंग द सर्वाइवल अप टू द एडल्टहुड. अंडरस्टूड. नेक्स्ट, इंटरनल फर्टिलाइजेशन. प्लांट्स लाइक ब्रायोफाइट्स, टेरिडोफाइट्स, जिम्नोस्पर्म्स एंड द एंजियोस्पर्म, राइट, where the internal fertilization take place, and the animals such as reptile, birds and the mammal, where the syngamy occurs inside the body. अब जब इनसाइड फर्टिलाइजेशन होगा, हमने प्रीवियसली देखा था मोस्ट ऑफ द मेल गैमेट्स आर मोटाइल एंड द फीमेल स्टेशनरी, तो वो थ्योरी इसमें काम आएगी. मोटाइल्स आर द मेल गैमेट्स, सो विद द हेल्प ऑफ the motility of a male gametes should motile compulsory, right. Number of a female gamete, it significantly will be reduced. First point कौन सा रहेगा, मेल गैमेट इसमें कंपलसरी कौन सा होना चाहिए, मोटिलिटी होनी चाहिए। अब जब फर्टिलाइजेशन इंटरनल होना है, राइट, बॉडी के अंदर फर्टिलाइजेशन होना है, तो लिमिटेशन ऑफ द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ द न्यू ऑर्गेनिज्म विल बी कट ऑफ। एक्सटर्नल फर्टिलाइजेशन में तो अगर सपोज 100 ऑफ गैमेट्स हो गए तो 100 अगर न्यू ऑर्गेनिज्म बन जाते हैं बाहर तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, बिकॉज स्पेस आर देयर, राइट, बट ड्यू टू द लिमिटेशन ऑफ स्पेस इन द ऑर्गेनिज्म, रिडक्शन ऑफ फॉर्मेशन ऑफ न्यू ऑर्गेनिज्म विल बी देयर। तो मेल गैमेट्स तो उनको कंपनसेट करने के लिए वो ज़्यादा लॉस्ट ना हो जाए, फ्यूजन हो जाए, इसके लिए लार्ज नंबर ऑफ मेल गैमेट्स आर प्रोड्यूस, बट इंस्टेड ऑफ दैट उसके ऑपोजिट क्या रहेगा, फीमेल गैमेट विल बी रिड्यूस देयर प्रोडक्शन। सो सिग्निफिकेंट रिडक्शन, दैट मीन्स, राइट, एक साथ एक या दो, मैक्सिमम 3 इट विल बी रिलीज्ड इन द female reproductive organ. So maturation will be take place very in a reduced number, right, but whereas in the compared to that of male gamete will be more. So the male motility will be there, reduction in the significant reduction in the female gamete. So fusion, syngamy fusion will be there inside the female body. So there is a male gamete should be motile, number of a female it's significant reduce in number, right. इसका एडवांटेज क्या रहेगा, what will be the advantage of this particularly internal structure, internal fertilization, fusion होने के बाद that particular fertilized egg will be safer, उसको कोई predator का डर होगा नहीं, right. Now if male are not motile, ठीक है, मेल मोटाइल नहीं रहता है, दैट विल सी इन सीड प्लांट इन चैप्टर नंबर 2 सेक्सुअल फ्लावरिंग प्लांट्स में अपन डिटेल में देखेंगे। वंस द पोलन इट विल बी प्रोड्यूस फ्रॉम द एंथर, नाउ देयर विल बी द नो मोटिलिटी स्ट्रक्चर विल बी प्रेजेंट ऑन इट, इट विल बी रिलीज फ्रॉम द एंथर, इट विल बी रीच टू द स्टिग्मा बाय द पोलिनेटिंग एजेंट, वी हैव सीन प्रीवियस सेशन में देखा था अपन ने, by the wind, either by the wind, abiotic factor, water, insects, biotic insects, animal and bird, if it is stick on the stigma. अब स्टिग्मा में तो हो गया, ओव्यूल क्या रहता है, इट इज लाइज एट द बेसल, थैलेमस के ऊपर, ओवरी के अंदर ओव्यूल। सो स्टिग्मा दैट मीन्स द रिसेप्टिव पार्ट इज द अपर पार्ट ऑफ द रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन। सो उधर से लेके नीचे ओवल तक कैसे जाएगा, विद द हेल्प ऑफ व्हाट, अ स्ट्रक्चर विच इज नोन एज पोलन ट्यूब। यस, दैट इज पार्ट, it is produced from that particular male gamete. So pollen tube, the word itself suggests tube will be formed from the pollen. So through the pollen tube the seed plants male gametes are not motile. In some of we will see in seed plants where the male gamete is not motile, so that will be carried out with the help of what, a pollen tube. So there will be the formation of a tube from the pollen, right, it will be reached to the ovary, stigma के बाद क्या रहेगा, स्टाइल को वो पूरा डाइजेस्ट करता जाएगा, वो खाता जाएगा, नीचे उतरता जाएगा, and it will be reached to the ovary, right, and it will be enter into the ovule. So that whole is known as what, a pollen pistil interaction, that we'll see in chapter number 2. So this is of fertilization event, depend on the structure and the habitat, it is of what, 2, external and the internal. Last important topic which is not given in the textbook, it is a need base, types of the egg. fertilize तो हो गया, राइट, फर्टिलाइजेशन के बाद कौन सा रहेगा, पोस्ट फर्टिलाइजेशन, दैट मीन्स फॉर्मेशन ऑफ अ जाइगोट। अब जाइगोट के बाद क्या बनेगा, एम्ब्रियोजेनेसिस, दैट विल द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ अ न्यू ऑर्गेनिज्म। अब बिफोर लर्निंग इन डिटेल ऑफ दिस एम्ब्रियोजेनेसिस एंड अगेन उसके कौन कौन से टाइप्स रह सकते हैं, टाइप्स ऑफ एग्स आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक, सो वी विल सी इन द नेक्स्ट सेशन. Before that, you just note down from the board. Now we'll see here the detailed structure of what are chara plants. Now in the chara plants, that is a green algae, it consists of a male and the female reproductive organ on the same plant, that is it's of a monoecious plant. So here the female reproductive organ is known as what, a ogonium, or it is known as what, nucule. You can see the spelling N-U-C-U-L-E, nucle, right? It's of what, a female sex organ, and here on the, which lies on the upper side. So upper side is lies of what, ogonium. On the lower side it consists of what, entheridium, or it is known as globule. So globule and nucle lies on the upper, which is consist of a female, and the globule, which consists of what, a male. Now when we see a male in detail structure, globule, now this globule sex organ consist of, so when we see a zoom figure of this, बाजू में मैंने ड्रॉ किया हुआ है, थोड़ा सा जूम करके आप देख सकते हो. अगेन द इनसाइड द सेल यू कैन सी हाफ फ्लावर जैसा दिखता है, दैट इज नोन एज वाटर शील्ड सेल्स, right? Shield cells, which is responsible for the formation of gametes. Now shield cell, it will be arises from the capiticulum. Capiticulum, it consists of a manubrium which is attached with the main stem of this algae. As soon this algae is consist of what, thallus. They don't consist of stem, root and the leaves, right? So again thallus like structure, right? So it consists of the secondary capiticulum. In the secondary capiticulum it consists of this entheridial filament which is attached with the main thallus of water algae. As soon as the maturation will be take place, this will be release a male gamete which is known as what, the anthrozoid. Now you can see here in the anthrozoid it consists of what, a biflagellate, that means it can swim, right? It can move, right? It can motile. So as soon as favorable condition it will be there, it will be moved. Now here the nucle become a maturity. Inside the cell it consists of what, a myocytes. Again it become what, a receptive of this anthrozoid. As soon as the anthrozoid get enter inside, right? So it will be enter into the nucle. It will be get fertilized. After the fertilization, आप देख सकते हो the covering of it becomes shed off. It will be fall off, touch to the ground. Favorable condition it will be there. So there will be the formation of water, this entheridial type of filament, because this algae it consists of a thallus. It consists of water thalloid organism. So here this all anthrozoid, as soon as it will be reached to the nucle, it get fertilized. Favorable condition, the whole new plant will be developed. So this was about the life cycle of the chara. So you just note down, and you should know the labelings of this all. So the last question of a gametogenesis, which is given in the textbook, what is the relationship between the chromosome number of present in the myocyte and the chromosome number present in the gametes? So what is the relation between them? Myocyte consists of what, a 2n number, gamete consists of half the number of what, a myocyte. So that is answer. So relationship between both is gamete consists of half the number of meiotic diploid plant body or the animal body, whereas gamete consists of n number of myocytes, half the number of what, chromosomes. So this was about the pre-fertilization event. We have completed number 1, that is gametogenesis. Second part, which is known as gamete transfer. Now after the formation of the gametes, right, चरा में जैसे अपन ने देखा मैच्योर हो जाएगा, it will be transferred. Now what are the things here? For example एंथ्रोजॉइड में मैंने आपको बताया था बायफ्लैजिलेट है, मतलब it is a motile, so motility की वजह से it get transfer. So here we'll see some few examples and explanation of gamete transfer. So majority male gamete is always motile, female are sluggish and immotile. So majority of water organism, either it is about plants and animal, right, it is motile and the female is stationary. But in exceptional we have seen, जैसे चरा में देखा था अपन ने, again we have seen yesterday homogametic, for example cladophora जो textbook में भी दिया हुआ है. So again exception few fungi and the algae, it is given in the figure, you can see. So both are the motile, right? So both the gametes are motile, they can fuse easily. So the gamete transfer will be shifted as soon as from the male and the female, both the reproductive organ maturation take place, gamete formation take place, they will shift. Now in some exceptional few fungi, after the we have seen the fungal and the algae which are motile, both gametes are motile. Now we will see in some of our plants where only the male is motile and the female is not. So we will see the part. In the plants, we will see the first plant and then we'll also look out to the animal. Plant, algae, bryophytes and the pteridophytes, they required a medium for the transformation of water male. If motility structure is not present, then how it will be moved from the one place to the another? Or if motile structures are present, how it will be shifted? So there is required one medium. So in the algae, bryophytes and the pteridophytes, you can see here water is important. So water is medium which consists of a large number of water male gametes. So through the water male gamete will be transferred, right? Bryophytes and pteridophytes, if you know that pteridophyte is a first land plant, but reproduction it required water. So water is a medium. Bryophytes is considered as water amphibians. Why? Because again water is required for their reproduction. So as soon as through the water the male gamete are get released, but now there is a chances of water लॉस ऑफ दिस मेल गैमेट. इट इज़ नॉट कंपल्सरी कि फीमेल गैमेट के साथ वो फ्यूज़ हो जाए जितने भी रिलीज होते हैं. सो टू कंपनसेट विथ अ लॉस ऑफ दिस फ्यूजन, विथ अ लॉस ऑफ दिस फर्टिलाइजेशन, इसके लिए पहले से क्या होता है, अ लार्ज नंबर ऑफ मेल गैमेट्स. लार्ज नंबर मतलब कितने, 1000 times more than that of what a female, right? Male gametes are released through the water. So अगर suppose अगर lost भी होता है लेकिन जो few होगा वो fertilize कर देगा female gamete को. So that's why with the water, so what is a disadvantage in the through the water? Loss of what this unfertilized or the unfusion, it will be there. But to compensate this from the starting only, from the beginning only, right, the fertilization, for the fertilization पहले से ही large number of male gamete produce होते हैं and it get released. So to compensate the loss, so the 1000 times are produced, right? 1000 times are produced in the water. So that is what about the lower plants. What about the higher plant? Higher plants matlab consist of what, a seed, right? So seed producing plant. So here we will see the seed producing plant. That means again that plant consists of flower. So in the higher plant pollen grains. In the higher plant male gamete will be of what, pollen grains are produced in anther. Anther, where it lies? It lies in the stamen of a male reproductive organ, right? And whereas in the female, what it consists of? It consists of what, a ovule which is present in the female, right? So pollen grain, after the maturation of anther, it will be released from the anther, right? So pollen grains will be released from it and it will be stick to the stigma of what, a female plant. So this is happening in what, a higher plant. So carry the male gametes ovule to the, that is male gamete will reach to the ovule and that will be get fertilized and it converted into the seed and the ovary will be converted into the fruit. Pollen produced again in the higher numbers. So again the pollen grains will be released, right? It will be reached to the stigma of a female part. Again the pollen grains, due to the compensation of this, right? So a large number of pollen grains are released from the anther at a time. In bisexual flowers, this pollination fertilization is very easy. Why? Bisexual में क्या रहेगा, जैसे for example pea plant, right? pea plant में क्या रहेगा, self pollination is there, right? उसको हम लोग क्रॉस पोलिनेशन भी कर सकते हैं. दिस पी प्लांट तुम लोगों ने लोअर स्टडी में पढ़ा है, लोअर स्टैंडर्ड्स में पढ़ा है. हायर स्टैंडर्ड में यही साल में तुम लोग पढ़ोगे दैट पी प्लांट इज हेल्पफुल टू द ग्रेट साइंटिस्ट दैट इज मेंडल, राइट? जिन्होंने पूरा जेनेटिक थियोरी बनाई हुई है, हु इज अ फादर ऑफ अवर जेनेटिक, राइट? पी प्लांट इज वेरी ईजी, राइट, टू ग्रो. और उसमें बाइसेक्सुअल रहता है, बाइसेक्सुअल के वजह से सेल भी कर सकते हैं और उसको क्रॉस भी कर सकते हैं. दैट विल सी डिटेल इन दैट पर्टिकुलर चैप्टर नंबर 5. एंड यू हैव द सम नॉलेज. पी प्लांट में क्या रहेगा, बाइसेक्सुअल फ्लावर रहेगा, तो एंथर इज वेरी क्लोज टू दैट ऑफ स्टिग्मा. तो एंथर में से जो भी पोलन रहेगा दैट विल बी डायरेक्टली डस्टेड ओवर ऑन द स्टिग्मा पार्ट ऑफ व्हाट फीमेल. तो इट विल बी बिकम very easy. But in the case of what? A unisexual flower. In the case of what? A dioecious plant. What is going to be happen? अब अलग अलग एक प्लांट पर राइट एक प्लांट है, एक प्लांट में फॉर एग्जाम्पल फीमेल फ्लावर हो, एक में मेल फ्लावर हो, सो मेल टू फीमेल on the same plant or on the another plant they require what? A agent. तो उसको हम लोग क्या बोलेंगे? pollinating agent. So for the pollination in a dioecious plant where the male flower and the female flower are differ, सो मेल में से पोलन प्रोड्यूस होगा, उसको कैसे हम लोग ट्रांसफ़र करेंगे? सो द रिक्वायर्ड एजेंट, दैट एजेंट इज नोन एज व्हाट? अ पोलिनेटिंग एजेंट दैट कैन बी सीन इन द केसेस ऑफ वाटर डायोशियस. सो पोलिनेटिंग एजेंट कौन कौन से हो सकते हैं? आइदर ऑफ व्हाट? विंड, वाटर, insects, animal, birds, right? So those all pollinating agent, either it is of what? Abiotic and biotic. उसको हम लोग क्लासिफिकेशन भी कर सकते हैं. चैप्टर नंबर 2 में अपन देखेंगे द डिटेल ऑफ व्हाट दिस पोलिनेटिंग एजेंट, क्योंकि उनका इंपॉर्टेंस है. अगर वो पोलिनेटिंग एजेंट नहीं है तो जो डायोशियस प्लांट है वो पोलिनेशन उनका क्वाइट डिफिकल्ट रहता है. सो अगेन उनके भी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक रहेंगे, पोलन के रिलीज के भी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक रहेंगे. अगर विंड से होता है तो उसका कैरेक्टरिस्टिक अलग होगा, वाटर से रहेगा तो अलग रहेगा, इंसेक्ट होता है तो अलग रहेगा. इंसेक्ट के लिए तो अट्रैक्टिव फ्लावर्स चाहिए, दैट व्हाट वी हैव सीन द कोरोला कैलिक्स, कोरोला एंड कैलिक्स. कोरोला का जो इंपॉर्टेंस रहता है ब्यूटीफुल कलर्स के रहते हैं. व्हाट इज द इंपॉर्टेंट ऑफ दैट? दैट इज ऑफ व्हाट? अट्रैक्शन ऑफ दिस पोलिनेटिंग एजेंट. सो दैट विल बी सी इन चैप्टर नंबर 2 in detail. So pollinating agent in the dioecious is required for the transfer of a pollen grain from the anther to the stigma of a female part. So here we will see in the dioecious or unisexual agents are required for the pollination where it carries the मेल गैमेट. नाउ ये ट्रांसफ़र की वजह से सब में याद रखना 1000 times more the male gametes are always produced to compensate with a loss. Sometime it may get fused, right? Sometime it may not fuse, right? फीमेल होता है, फीमेल गैमेट्स बच जाता है लेकिन मेल गैमेट ट्रांसफ़र नहीं हो सकता है. इसके लिए उससे कहीं ज़्यादा, राइट, 1000 times ज़्यादा it will be produce and it will be transfer. So that is what about the plants. We'll see in animal. Now in animal it is almost all the animals are of what? Dioecious. That male and the female both are having a differ part, right? Differ reproductive parts, so they are separate. अब कैसे रहेगा? There is a special mechanism which is known as what? A copulation, that is sexual contact occur, mating occur, right? Reproductive copulatory organ is present. So in male, in the animal, male animal में क्या रहेगा? Copulatory organ, for example penis, which is present. It is helpful for what? The transformation of the male gamete which is present in the male reproductive organ. It will be transferred, that male gamete, into the female. Again the female consists of the copulatory organ, that is a receptive organ, where that male gamete will be fused or will be discharged over it and it has to be carried to the female gamete. So again it required the special mechanism, right? This whole mechanism in detail we'll see in chapter number 3 regarding the human reproduction. So this is what a special mechanism in animal is required, where the transfer of a male gamete shifting from the male to the female part. So we have finished the second part of a first pre-fertilization event, that is known as gamete transfer. So you just note it, and I hope you get understood the first session, that is a pre-fertilization event. Just note down it.